Join with me in consciousness as we spend the next 15 minutes together in meditation. Allow the words that I speak to be the words of your own heart. Relax and breathe into the moment, and know that you are safe. Wake up and live. Set your sights high. The higher, the better. Expect the most wonderful things to happen, not in the future, but right now. Realize that nothing is too good. Allow absolutely nothing to hamper you or hold you up in any way. It is all available for you right now. Be enthusiastic about life. It is a wonderful life. Make it so by your enthusiasm. So I will continue speaking in the first person. As I breathe and relax into this moment, I recognize there is only one divine essence that permeates all things seen and unseen. It is the field of pure potentiality. Some call it God, the universe, all that is. Join with me for the next 15 minutes. Today I choose to wake up and live. Today I set my sights high, higher than ever before. I expect the most wonderful things to happen. Right now, not in the future, right now. I realize that nothing is too good. I allow absolutely nothing to hamper me or hold me up in any way. I know I am a free agent in the universe. I am enthusiastic about life. It is a wonderful life. I make it so by my enthusiasm. I learn to be very clear and definite about what I desire in life. I choose to be clear and definite. I can do all things. I can be all things. When I have faith and trust in my connection to Spirit, all things are possible for me. I have confidence in my ability to do all things, because I am drawing from the substance that is God. God is all of me. God is my all and all. Today I stride forward with a firm, steady step, knowing with a deep, certain inner knowing that I reach every goal I set for myself. I see it happening every day. I achieve every aim. I start doing this today. I choose to do it today. Procrastination is for others, not for me. I get things done. I choose to be clear rather than vague. I choose to know rather than hope. I know that today change occurs because I choose to allow it. I know everything falls into place for me. I choose to live a full and glorious life. There's nothing vague about my intentions. So in this moment, I take positive action. I start the wheels turning. I know that once I do my part and set my intention, that I receive help, all the help I need. That's when it begins, when I choose. I know that Spirit helps me through me. Today I choose. Something is happening because I am taking action. I am ready to soar to greater heights. My heart is filled with praise and thanksgiving. But like a tiny bird, I have to take off from the ground. I have to make that special effort. It is easy for me, for I have everything I need. It is a joyous, light-hearted effort. It is a graceful effort. And as I lift off the ground, like that little bird, I can go as high as I choose in complete freedom. I choose to take action to change my life today. When I have a desire, I know I can achieve it. I know it already exists in the mind of God. I choose to allow it in. I hear the universe say yes to me, and I say yes to it. I know everything is possible with God. The takeoff of an airplane from the ground demands a special boost of power. When I go within, I receive my special boost of power, and I am on my way. There is no greater power than the power of Spirit, and I am always connected. It is available to me at any time. It is always available to me. Today I choose to draw from it. I am ready, and I know how to use it correctly. It is always unfolding for my highest and best. And I am ready now. I am surrounded by beauty everywhere. I open my eyes and see it, and give constant thanks for it. I allow these things of beauty to transform me and inspire me, always transforming me to my highest and best. Beauty draws the very best out of me and unites me with spirit. The beauty that is within me goes beyond just me. It is everywhere present all the time. Beauty is spirit. I allow the beauty that is me to shine forth. I fill my heart and my mind with beautiful thoughts, for I am beauty. Today I choose to look for the beautiful things all around me. I choose to see beauty in everything. And when I look deep enough and long enough, I see it in me as well. I rise above the illusions of life, and through my eyes looking for beauty, I am able to transform all the illusions. I know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I know it is also deep within me. I go forth this day determined to see beauty in everyone and everything. It's unfolding for me now. Love and beauty go hand in hand. I let the universal love flow in and through every aspect of my being. I feel it bringing unity and oneness to all my experiences, to all my thoughts. As I open my heart, the love keeps flowing. And the more I love, the more there is to love. I know the words love one another, and I know it begins with me. I know, despite appearances, everyone is one with God. Today I know this to be the truth, and I see through the eyes of love. Universal love flows freely. It does not pick and choose who is going to be loved. Everyone is loved, for everyone is love. Universal love is the same for everyone. It is within me and within everyone else as well. I am filled to the brim with this wondrous love. Today I choose to be aware of the love that I am. I choose to be aware of the friendly universe that I live in. I choose to recognize how I am fully supported by this love. Today I open up and I accept my love. I accept that I am loved by the universe. I choose to be open and expressive of this love and compassion. It is beyond my personality. It is the highest and best of me. Divine love is not possessive or stifling. It is open and expansive. Today I am open and expansive. Today I am open to demonstrate my love to everyone I meet. I know that love is the greatest uniting factor in the universe. So today I choose to love, love, love. So it is in this moment that I raise my consciousness to the true awareness and understanding that I am one with all that is. I am so grateful for this knowledge, so grateful for this allowing, and so thankful for my life. And it is with an open, humble heart that I release the how to the universe. And so it is. Good morning, Unity folks. I'm just testing my microphone. We'll be on in a couple of minutes. Good morning, everyone. I am so grateful that we're finally live streaming. We've had a couple of Sundays where it's been a really interesting process because it seems as though YouTube has changed a few things, and so every time we go in now, we need a special key, and no one told us that we needed that. And so doing our normal thing just wasn't working. And so finally, Yahoo! So go Yahoo for us that here we are. Emilio and I are always ready to go. It's just the technology sometimes gets in the way. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's begin with our theme song for this month, When We Believe. Eddie Watkins Jr. and of course, Emilio Zaris.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Woo! All right, let's pump it up. All right. Come on. Anything is possible when you believe. Anything is possible when you believe. Faith can make a mountain move when you believe. Faith can make a mountain move when you believe. Don't you know that you can change your life when you believe? Say it with me now. Don't you know that you can change your life when you believe in yourself? When you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe, gonna make a miracle. When you believe, gonna make a miracle. Gonna make a miracle. When you believe, gonna make a miracle. Everything you want, you got. When you believe, you want it, you got it. Everything you want, you got. When you believe, you want it, you got it. In yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe, we can make a miracle, make a miracle, we can make a miracle, make a miracle. Sing, we can make a miracle, make a miracle, 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 we can make a miracle. I believe in me, so I believe in you. Since we believe in each other, there ain't nothing we can't do. No, 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 no. I believe in me, so I believe in you. Since we believe in each other, there ain't nothing we can't do. Yeah, I believe in me, so I believe in you. Since we believe in each other, there ain't nothing we can't do. Woo! We can make a miracle, make a miracle. 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 See, I believe in me, so I believe in you. Since we believe in each other, there ain't nothing we can do. Sing it now. Yeah, I believe in me, so I believe in you. Since we believe in each other, there ain't nothing we can do.
Whew. What a fabulous song, eh? Eddie Watkins Jr. just proves that you do not have to be solemn and sort of seem so holy and quiet and be spiritual.
Yeah, you can be loud.
You can be loud and laughing and having fun. So let's slow it down a little bit now, right? Let there be unity.
We're gonna go retro now. find this song on Wings of Song. Let there be unity in all the world today. Let it be known that God alone can show the way. Let there be truth in all the hearts of men, for truth will make us free. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be unity in all the world today. Let there be love in everything I do and say. Yes, let there be unity. Let it last through eternity, and let there be unity in me. One more from the top. Let there be unity in all the world today. Let it be known that God alone can show the way. Let there be truth in all the hearts of men, for truth will make us free. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be unity in all the world today. Let there be love in everything I do and say. Yes, let there be unity. Let it last through eternity, and let there be unity in me. Yes, let there be unity. Let it last through eternity, and let there be unity in me.
Oh, let there be unity in me. Take a moment now as we set an opening intention together. And in the awareness of oneness, I speak this in the I, in the first person. So join with me in consciousness. As I breathe and I relax, my awareness is filled with the knowing of the oneness of all life. And as my faith and philosophy and lifestyle is based on unity principles, I know that this is true. There is only one divine essence that permeates all things, seen and unseen. It is being my life right here, right now. There is no separation, for there is only one. And so as I remember and awaken more and more to this oneness, my life becomes so much more harmonious. Definitely with some challenges, but they're challenges that I can easily overcome because Spirit is at the helm. So I allow Spirit to guide, Spirit to be my awareness as I move through these days, knowing all is well. With a grateful heart, I let go and I let it be so. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is. And of course, there is only love.
In this moment, in this place. I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, I would go inside and quiet my mind, and I'd hear spirits say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is there is only love.
And in Unity tradition, we always have a word that is our focus for the day. And so today's word is steadfast. I am a steadfast spiritual finder. No matter where I may be on my path, sometimes my spiritual life feels easy and sometimes it feels hard. There are times I enjoy new insights, blissful clarity, and peace. Other times I may struggle, feeling stuck and directionless, or even lonely on my walk to realize more and more of my divinity. At times like these, I declare I am a spiritual finder. I renew my commitment to my spiritual journey. Although my attention may wander, my divinity is always the same and is utterly dependable. Strength is power, and I use it to remain steadfast. Although my attention may wander, my divinity is always the same and utterly dependable. Wherever I am in space, time, or consciousness, I steadfastly remember to invest time in meditation. So I more fully realize my divine powers of love, strength, and wisdom. I express them with ease and grace. I am a steadfast spiritual seeker and also a spiritual finder. So this year has been the year of perfect vision, of having the opportunity to look at life through a spiritual lens, 2020. And this month, we're looking at cosmic connections. And last week, we looked at Bridge Over Troubled Waters. And this week, we're looking at Bridges That Last, and basically looking at the concept that when we have really strong spiritual practices, and we really truly know that Spirit can be at the helm if we allow it, that life can actually be quite smooth in spite of what might be going on. I had a really great experience this week, and it had to do with being in a prayer and meditation class with people from all over the world, actually, that were studying to become unity ministers. And I'm going through that same process because I'm a religious science minister, and I'm working on getting my ordination in unity. And so I'm there with this wonderful collection of individuals. And because many of them are from the United States, one of the things they wanted us to do was to pray for miraculous outcomes in terms of the election in the United States. And I remember thinking, you know, I'm far enough on this journey to know that I'm okay, and that life is okay, and that Spirit is at the helm, and that everything that unfolds is good, in spite of what I may call it. And so my prayer was really to really bless that the highest and best for me and for everyone concerned is unfolding. There were a number of people that were in this class that still really wanted to focus on, well, we don't want this, but we want that. And I was pleased to recognize that in my own spirituality, I'm in a place where I really trust God a whole lot more than I maybe even realized. How about you? Like, do you have a strong foundation, a strong bridge that allows you to go over top of challenges rather than to get stuck in the muck? Good question, isn't it? So let's reflect upon your own spiritual path and perhaps identify areas where you would like to focus to go deeper in your spiritual practice. So something that I had the opportunity to do, and that's what I'm going to share with you now, is let's do a spiritual assessment of where you might be in different areas of your life. And if you're interested, I can actually send you the document that you can do the spiritual assessment in full for yourself. And it's not to make anything wrong or make anything right, but just to realize where you might be on the spectrum of you've really got it handled or you're really still working on it. And it gives you sort of an idea of where you might do more in terms of your spiritual practice. So there are basically 5 disciplines in this spiritual self-assessment, and they have to do with communion, connection, compassion, community, and challenge. So communion begins with the idea that it's the first discipline, and it focuses on spiritual practices which heighten your awareness of your sacred calling and your personal relationship with a higher power. And I know you're already thinking, as I say that, about what is your personal calling and what is your personal relationship with Spirit? And maybe the answers are already bubbling up for you. Or maybe some of these questions that I pose as we go along will give you a little more awareness. And I'm going to, at times, include Emilio in this, and just to see where he might be at. Because I know you want to know, right? So, first of all, what do you do to be in communion, for instance? So what are some of your spiritual practices to commune with the Spirit within? So for instance, I set aside time each day for my spiritual practice. So where would you say that you are on a spectrum from 0 being, I don't do that at all, to let's say 10, I do it all the time, every day, even several times a day? So how about you, Emilio? Like, where are you in your setting time each day for your spiritual practice?
I get opportunities, I think, on a daily basis. I think nudges. And as far as discipline is concerned, I do take a quiet time, moments of quiet, to pray, to feel gratitude, And also when there's challenges throughout the day, to trust that it's all unfolding for the highest good. And that's where the stillness comes in. That's where the meditation practice sort of really helps to shift things
Yes.
a lot quicker than it used to.
Yeah, yeah, that's an interesting thing, and I'd like you to realize this idea that you're not going to be perfect at something right when you first start, and you're going to forget often, and that's okay. The thing is that as long as you, when you remember, go back to it. When you're noticing that you're just not feeling really great, what can you do in that moment to just, again, connect with the spirit within? So how about this statement? I am aware of my own spiritual gifts and how to use them for good. And again, I gave you a bit of a reflection there in terms of the idea of miraculous outcomes for the political situation in the United States. And when I'm aware that how I am being reflects out in the world, then I already know how to be. And being in that situation is trusting, loving, centered, and again, reaffirming my understanding of what God is and how God works. So there are 7 gifts that we have: prophesying, serving, teaching, encouraging, giving, leading, and showing compassion. And I'm going to bring up a Bible quote a little bit later that talks about these 7 gifts. But you know, when you talk about what is your sacred gift in those 7 gifts, some people can see into the future and can really have a sense of no time limits. And so they can move back and forth from this now moment to what might be unfolding. Others, the gift is in serving. Others, it's in teaching or encouraging. And I know for me, teaching, encouraging, giving, leading, showing compassion, and even prophesying, serving, all of them are to a certain degree. My biggest one, I think, really is in sharing what I have learned, to say, you know, because there's one person, and it happens to be me, that can do something, then you as another human being, as another spiritual being, can also do what I do, probably even a way better job at it than I do. So how about you, Emilio? Would you say that there's any one of those 7 spiritual gifts that would be your predominant one? Or would you say there's a few of them?
Let's see. Encouraging is good. Serving in the way that I sing.
Yes, oh, absolutely.
Let's see. Encouraging and serving. And there's a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah, it's interesting, when you start to look at it?
Yeah.
Like I would also say leading for you, because when you're singing, you are leading us into this place of love and joy and compassion. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. To lead is truly to serve, right?
Yeah. Or at least you hope so.
Yeah, I hope
because
so,
there
yeah.
are people who lead that don't care about serving.
That's true.
And that may be why they're looking for miraculous outcomes in the United States. I don't know. I didn't say
I'm
that.
praying for miraculous outcomes in the U.S., that's for sure.
Okay. So in Romans 12, 6 through 8, and this is a fairly long one because there are several verses here. We have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. If your gift is prophesying, then prophesize in accordance with your faith. If it is serving, then serve. If it is teaching, then teach. If it is to encourage, then give encouragement. If it is giving, then give generously. If it is to lead, do it diligently. If it is to show compassion,
do it cheerfully. And that's from Romans. So how cool is that? So if you haven't opened your Bible lately, there's some real wonderful nuggets in there that you might really enjoy. So what is your gift? And maybe something has come up for you, or maybe you feel that a little bit of all of these, prophesying, serving, teaching, encouraging, giving, leading, showing compassion, are them. I know some individuals who they are just 90% serving and giving. And I'm sure you can think of some of those as well. Maybe that's who you are. I mean, we need all of that to make the world go round. So connection. Let's look at this and see what do you do to be in connection? So a healthy spiritual life involves connecting with others who are on a similar path and developing friendships with people who uplift and support you as you learn and grow together. So where are you in terms of having people in your life that are on a similar path to you and that you support each other, with 0 being none and 10 being a lot? I know those of us that have spiritual community, that have friends that are like-minded, we have people in our lives. So where might you be on that spectrum? I am comfortable with who I am. So again, 0 to 10, where are you with that statement? I am comfortable with who I am. And I know that I'm very comfortable with who I am. It took me a long time to get here, and that's because being in front of people and being sort of the focus of attention took me a while to be comfortable with. I mean, I remember as a kid when we were learning how to do public speaking and we had to go in front of the entire school or whatever it was to practice, I would start hyperventilating and I couldn't even speak. I was so afraid that somehow I would make a mistake, or I would stumble and fall, or that people wouldn't like me because of what I said. You know, I had all kinds of things going on. I have done a lot of work to get to where I'm at today, and I must say I am comfortable with who I am. How about you? So here's another one. I communicate directly with people when there is an issue to be addressed. I can be trusted with confidential information. I avoid gossip. The first part of that, I communicate directly with people when there is an issue to be addressed. There are times, depending on the degree of whatever it is that's been going on, I may have to step out of my emotion about it and then come from a calmer, more loving, more harmonious place. But generally speaking, I recognize that there's something in me that has created this upheaval, and as soon as I'm peaceful about it, it's really easy to speak about it. And I definitely can be trusted with confidential information. It's part of who I am and what I do. And I certainly don't gossip. I may speak about someone as a, look how wonderful that is, or observe a behavior, but not from a standpoint of gossip. So how about you? I feel whole and complete with all my relationships. Now that has taken a while to get to. I mean, I wanted everyone to be my friend as I moved through life, and I hoped that everyone could at least be friendly. And I found that, and maybe this is the same for you, I really only have a handful of really intimate, close friends. And then I have a lot of people that are sort of in that next circle. They're more than acquaintances, they're friends, but I don't necessarily totally open up to them. And then there are individuals that just are acquaintances that are part of my interactions, but not necessarily someone I'm really intimate with. But I feel whole and complete in terms of all of those because I've created those relationships and have opened up to the individuals I felt safe with. So how about you? How about you, Emilio? Like, would you say that you're similar to me in the sense of some really close friends, and then the circles kind of go out from there, or?
Yes, I definitely feel that. I do have really close friends and friends that I've had for a long time, and I consider lifelong relationships, friendships, and then there's people that I just enjoy being with, right? Like and gravitate, and there's an ease with relating to them. So, yeah, and I just feel I don't know. I think for most of the time I get what I put out. So, like I said, like you said, I want people to like me in the beginning.
I like you.
I love you. I love you. And then, but after a while, it's more about me liking myself and loving myself completely, unconditionally, and then sort of just showing up, and then, I receive that, I experience that.
Oh, what a good segue into this next one, and it's about compassion, and this idea of being compassionate with oneself and loving oneself, and that it's really a spiritual principle that how I treat myself, I get treated by the world out there. And boy, that's a big responsibility. And so if you are not being treated the way that you feel that you ought to be, then begin with yourself. If you are your own worst critic, maybe ease up on that a little bit. Lean into understanding and love, and give yourself a hug instead. So what do you do to be in compassion? So compassion empowers us to bless others in their times of need, and challenges us to be a light in the world, and to purposefully seek ways to share our spiritual gifts with people in our lives. I think one of the biggest things that I had to learn was that unless somebody is asking for help, often that help may be rejected. And so I've learned to say, how can I support you? And if they say, well, there's really nothing you can do, or just being here is enough, or I'll let you know if there's anything, then at least I know how I can help. But if I jump in thinking that I know the best of what they might need, then I'm superimposing something that they may not even be in that place. Does that make sense for you? So I'm definitely up close to 10 in terms of that kind of behavior with my compassion. And yet I'm in there 100%, like they say, like a dirty shirt, if in fact what I can do and how I can support is what's being called for. So I demonstrate that I care about the milestones, the sorrows, and the celebrations of people in my life. Absolutely. I don't know if you're that way, but there are certain events in my life that the people that are closest to me, if they get forgotten, I feel kind of sad. Like if you forget my birthday, Randy, I would really feel sad. Or our anniversary, for instance. He's looking at me, making a face at me. And he's just being a pickle again today. But anyway, so how are you in terms of that? Like, what do you expect when you have milestones, or when you're feeling sorrowful, or when you want to have celebrations? Do you want other people to be involved, or do you get involved in those kind of things with others? Where are you on that scale? So when I give freely and unconditionally. Yes. And that took me a while to learn too. And for a while I was making a lot of garments. I was making jackets and shirts and mainly tops, and making them for me, but also to give as gifts. I have a couple of women that I know that are larger women, and they have a difficult time finding things to fit them. And so it was really fun to make some of these things and then say, you know, if you would like this, I'm happy to give it to you. And if you don't want to use it, pass it on. Like, I had no attachment to it when I gave it. I remember a time back when Randy's mother was still alive, and she, bless her heart, sometimes had strings for the things that she would give, if you know what I mean. And she offered us this big whack of cash. It was like $118,000. She had won it in was it the Heart and Stroke Foundation's lottery, Randy? Yes, she had won it in the Heart and Stroke lottery, and she wanted to give it to Randy, but before she finished her sentence, she says, I would like to give you this money, but I would like to know on a regular basis what you're doing with it. And he was like, you know, Mom, you haven't traveled since Dad died. You haven't done all of the things that you want to do. I want you to use that money for yourself. And I want you to travel, and I want you to have a good time. I don't need that cash. And really, we didn't need it, but also we didn't need the stress that might have come from her analyzing absolutely everything that we were doing with it. So as a consequence, like, she traveled to Italy, she traveled to Spain, she traveled to France, she went to see the pyramids, she rode on a camel. Like, she did all kinds of fantastic things in the last 10 years of her life. It was just fantastic. Things that would have cost so much that she would never have spent because she was so frugal. But because she had this $118,000, it was like, woohoo, let's go. And it was great. So how about this statement? I use the challenges in my life as opportunities to learn, to grow, and to serve others. That one took me a while to get to. Where are you on that? Do you immediately see a challenge as being an opportunity to grow? Or do you just get, I mean, we're all at different levels in that, and it's okay. And even different situations, different challenges can bring up either a big reaction or not so big. So how about this story? There's a person who falls into a hole, and he can't get out. And he's yelling, help me, I'm in this hole and I can't get out. And a doctor comes by and throws down a prescription. And he looks at that and says, like, this isn't going to help me. And he keeps yelling, help me, I'm stuck in this hole and I can't get out. And a priest comes by and throws down a prayer. And he goes, okay, that's really great, but I'm still in this hole, like, what am I going to do now? And keeps yelling, help me, somebody help me, I'm stuck in this hole. And his best friend comes by and looks down and jumps into the hole. And the person says, what are you doing in the hole here with me? Now we're both stuck here. And the friend says, I've been in this hole before, and I know how to get out. And so, what kind of a friend are you? And what have you gone through that maybe you're holding really tight to your chest because you're ashamed or you're embarrassed or it's just too sensitive to talk about, that really might help someone to see their way through a situation? So, community. What do you do to be in community? Community service demonstrates our understanding of spiritual principles at work in the world beyond the walls of our spiritual home, and challenges us to boldly express our beliefs through service, even when confronted with opposing viewpoints. And so, do you do community service in places where maybe the belief system of some of the individuals isn't the same as you? It's something to think about. I can communicate the spiritual principles I believe in, and I am comfortable sharing the story of my spiritual journey with others. That too, I was very tender about that initially, because I know that people are really sensitive about speaking about their faith, their religion, and that there can be a lot of conflicts around that. And my deep desire to be liked and to not create ripples caused me to really not talk about that sort of thing very much. And so today, I certainly don't jump on the bandwagon and say, by the way, I'm a minister and can I tell you some stories? No, I'm very gentle about it, and I allow the conversation to unfold naturally. But when it does, when someone says to me, how can you be so positive in this situation? Or what is it that gives you the strength to get through this? Then it opens a door for me to have that conversation. So where are you on that scale of being comfortable talking about your beliefs? I'm comfortable speaking about my spiritual beliefs, even in the presence of those beliefs that are different from my own. And this week I had a conversation with someone who said, I'm really, as an introvert, these were her words, as an introvert, I'm really afraid to talk about my spiritual beliefs. First of all, because I don't normally, and secondly, if there's going to be confrontation, I don't even want to go there. And I get that. And yet, if you truly are anchored in believing that your life is better as a consequence of what you believe, and that someone is willing to at least hear what you have to say, and that you're willing to hear what they have to say in the same spirit, then there becomes this really comfortable communication. So how about this one? My spiritual practice, love, forgiveness, compassion, is inclusive of those whose beliefs are different from mine. Absolutely. I believe in this phrase, unconditional positive regard, that I believe everyone ultimately wants to be happy. And so in that, how can I support them in their journey, even if their beliefs are different than mine? How about this one? I encourage and inspire others by sharing how spiritual principles are working through my life. Well, it's a natural consequence of the kind of work I do. And when I do interact with others, there are statements that I make that are some of the spiritual statements, like thoughts are things, words have wings, what you focus on grows. Those are all my ways of kind of telling someone that this is what I believe, and often don't have them put up a wall. They think about that and go, yeah, like I believe that too. So challenge. What do you do to be in challenge? Now this one's an interesting one. The path of spiritual growth is to be willing to challenge yourself through ongoing study and contemplation, and involves the willingness to stretch and grow while consistently expanding your understanding of spiritual principles. Now I know that you're watching this right now because you are constantly looking for, how can I awaken more? How can I understand my own connection to spirit more? How can I challenge status quo? Or I'm feeling challenged, and learning something new may actually alleviate the challenge. I know you're already doing that to some degree. I write down my intentions and goals for my spiritual development and consistently share them with someone I trust. I do that, and I find when we take classes, we tend to also do that in spiritual classes where we share where we're headed and how we're doing. I have people I can turn to when I feel challenged by life who support me in being the best that I can be. And that's that intimate circle of friends, isn't it? And your spiritual community. My spiritual beliefs consistently guide me in the decisions I make. My actions are consistent with my values. I value the knowledge that I know spirit is right here where I am, and that everything's always going to turn out. My finances reflect my spiritual beliefs. I tithe to organizations and or individuals that nourish my spirit. I give consistently to Unity Spiritual Center, for instance, because it makes my heart sing to know that this is a place where not only I can grow spiritually, but anyone that comes here or sees our broadcasts can have the opportunity to grow spiritually. So I give generously because it makes a difference in the world. I regularly assess progress in my spiritual growth. And yes, I do. Especially whenever I have challenges, I look at, okay, how did I handle that? How am I doing in terms of my spirituality? So what do you do to be? Gifts are great, but it's more important to know how to love. Spirit has given us love as a gift. Love is the best gift. Love is what matters most. So if I could speak all the languages of earth and of angels, but didn't love others, I would only be a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I had the gift of prophecy, and if I understood all of God's secret plans and possessed all knowledge, and if I had such faith that I could move mountains but didn't love others, I would be nothing. If I gave everything I have to the poor and even sacrificed my body, I could boast about it, but if I didn't love others, I would not have gained anything. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith. It always is hopeful and endures through every circumstance. Prophecy and speaking in unknown languages and special knowledge will become useless, but love will last forever. And all of that I just read to you is from 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 10. Wasn't that beautiful? So how did you score? Fair, good, excellent? So we talked about communion, connection, compassion, community, and challenge. Know that you can send me an email to revann@unityspiritualcenter.com, and I'll send you one of these assessments so you can do it for yourself. So bridges that last, that's how you create a bridge that lasts. So let's anchor this with the idea of One People by Maury Stearns.
There are no countries. There is just one family. There are no colors, just one light in you and me. There are no reasons we can't live in harmony. As just one people in just one world, you and me. There is no freedom if the people cannot choose. There is no victory if my brother has to lose. There are no boundaries that mean more than being free. As just one people in just one world, you and me. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. The time's upon us, and the healing must be done. The world around us is calling all to act as one. There are no causes greater than the world we see. We are just one people. There's just one world, you and me. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Take a look deep into each other's eyes and tell me what you see. I see your spirit in disguise, just smiling back at me. Oh, we are the world around us. We are part of what we see. Every little thing that you do touches me. There is a vision that we all must realize. Think of the children, try to see it through their eyes. What will we leave them if we never learn to be just one people, just one world, you and me. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. When it's all said and done, we are one.
So join with me in our prosperity affirmation, knowing that spirit is all there is. So from the love of pure spirit in me, I bless all that I give. It goes forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith in the good in my life. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am prosperous. And Amazing Grace, which Emilio does the most amazing job of.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved and strengthened me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that brought my heart to sing, and grace my fears relieved. grace appear. The hour I first believed, through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already passed. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far to freedom that will last. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. 'Tis grace will lead us home. This grace will lead me home.
And for our closing prayer, know that as you include everyone in your life in this all-encompassing prayer, that Spirit knows your heart, knows their heart. And that if you do have a prayer request, go to our website and connect on the prayer button on the menu bar and send us a prayer request. So join with me in consciousness for this closing prayer. The infinite mind of God fills my consciousness with all I need to live a full and happy life. I follow the guidance. I am peaceful. I release all fear. I am living love, and so it is. And before we go into our final song, know that this performance every week is free to you, just not free to do. So please send us your donations, and we will send you a tax receipt at the end of the year. Thank you so much for supporting Unity. And here we go into Holy, Holy Way, which is one of my favorites, Ricky Byers Beckwith.
Sing it with me, okay, everyone? Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me share the good that overflows. Let me share the good that overflows. Oh, let my stance rebuild the path of peace. Let my stance rebuild the path of peace. Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder. Let me talk day a little kinder. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Thank you, everybody. Have a really wonderful week. We'll see you again next week. And if you want information on how to send us your donations, here it is in this little short video. Bye for now.